morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. So let's get started with what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. The main story the Times of India today is leading with is what changes will be coming into our lives from today onwards. Ahead of unlocking highest one-day jump in COVID cases, India's numbers now 8th highest in the world. This is about the coronavirus count of the country that is now rising. May corona count is more than 1.5 lakh. It's been a week of highs. Nearly 49,000 cases reported in past week. 52% of all active cases and over 26% of all cases. 1,372 cases, deaths in fact were reported as well in just 1 week. Now these are the countries with highest cases in the month of May: US, Brazil, Russia, and at 4th number it is India. So this is the big story that today Times of India is leading with. Then Railways resumes operations. 1.5 lakh to board 200 trains today. So that's a new relaxation that has come. Decision soon on Durontos and Shatabdis. More than 1.45 lakh passengers will board 200 special express and mail trains on Monday when the Railways restarts its operations. The state-run transporter said it was monitoring booking of tickets and would soon take a decision on resuming operations of Duronto, Shatabdi and Garib Rath trains as well. So this is another big story, a big relief for people who are waiting to travel by train. Then 3 Park mission staffers caught spying. 2 of them have been expelled. Another big story on the front page. In a joint operation conducted by the Military Intelligence and Delhi Police's Special Cell, 3 staff members from the Pakistan High Commission were apprehended red-handed while trying to exchange stolen classified documents in a development that might further strain the already tense ties between India and Pakistan. Yesterday, Prime Minister Modi in his Mann Ki Baat address said curbs are being eased, but lowering of guard is not an option. A word of caution coming from Prime Minister Modi. Shramik special trains are operational. Other special trains too have begun. With utmost precautions, flights have resumed. Industry too is returning to normalcy. In such a scenario, we need to be even more alert and careful. This is what Prime Minister Modi said yesterday. And then another story on the front page, US President Donald Trump wants to expand G7 into G10 or 11 to include India. That's another big story. US President Donald Trump wants to reformat G7, the group of 7 advanced economies in the world, and he wants to make it a G10 or G11. He essentially wants to include countries like India, Australia, South Korea and Russia. He has also called the existing formation outdated. Then shrines in city draw up safety plans to open. This is what Pankhuri Yadav and Vibha Sharma have reported. While it is still being debated whether opening of religious places from June 8 would be good or a bad move, temples, gurudwaras, churches and mosques are in fact gearing up to ensure that their premises do not turn into COVID hubs. That's big story here. Online war further fans India-China tensions. A virtual online battle has now erupted between Indian and Chinese Twitter warriors on Sunday. And boycott China apps a hit in India. Then this is very interesting. A double rainbow treat in fact in NCR that was there for people in Delhi and NCR, and there you can see this was witnessed in Delhi and NCR yesterday evening when rain lashed parts of this area. A double rainbow was seen over Gurugram, parts of the capital and NCR on Sunday evening after another spell of wet weather sent temperatures tumbling 6 to 7 notches below normal across the region. Safdarjung recorded a high of just 34.6 degrees Celsius and nearly 10 millimeters of rain. Apart from this, cyclone Nisarga heads for Maharashtra, Gujarat coast. We are still recovering from the damage, devastation caused by cyclone Ampan. Now another cyclone Nisarga is now headed towards Maharashtra and Gujarat coast. Another important story on the front page. Then give us 5,000 crore to pay staff wages. This is what Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, has told Centre. 2 cops have died in city in last 24 hours. 2 Delhi police personnel, both in their 50s, died of COVID-19 in just 24 hours. Uttarakhand cabinet has been sent in quarantine after one of the cabinet minister tested positive for coronavirus, who was a part of this meeting. Retailers threat to mall owners. Most retailers across 350 brands have threatened to shut outlets in malls if their demands for rent waivers and new rental agreements are not met. So that's another big story here. And lastly, 30% of migrants will not return to cities. About 30% of migrants who have left big cities are not likely to return due to the bad experience they had. An economist who has tracked migration issues for 3 decades said, while backing the idea of immediate cash transfers and rolling out migrant smart cards, this is what Surojit Gupta has reported. And the Central Information Commission has asked the Chief Labour Commissioner to make information on migrant workers public and update it periodically. And a very interesting story also here on the front page. To help a marooned girl take exam, Kerala supplies 70-seat boat just for her. And this is the picture that you can see. Sandra Babu paid 18 for each round trip on Friday and Saturday. In God's own country, a maroon schoolgirl's prayers were answered by a government agency last week when it sent a 70-seater boat on successive days to ferry her from a waterlogged stretch of Alapura and in Kottayam district so that she wouldn't miss her class 11th exam. So that's a positive story on the front page. Moving on now to the नवभारत टाइम्स. और अगर यहाँ पर बड़ी खबर की आज बात करें तो सबसे पहले बताया है कि किस तरह से कल रेनबो नजर आया दिल्ली और एनसीआर के इलाकों में. 7 रंग के सपने चुने आज से अपने लिए, देश खुल रहा है. तो उस रेनबो को कंपेयर किया है आज से जो रिलैक्सेशंस मिलने वाली हैं उसके साथ नवभारत टाइम्स ने अपने फ्रंट पेज पे और बड़ी स्टोरी में. और यहाँ पर ये तस्वीर भी है. इस तरह से रेनबो यानी कि इंद्रधनुष कल नजर आया था. सावधानी भी बरतें, दिल्ली में रिकॉर्ड केस. यूपी हरियाणा समेत कई राज्यों ने रविवार को अनलॉक 1 में रियायतों का पिटारा खोल दिया, लेकिन दिल्ली सरकार की गाइडलाइंस को लेकर इंतजार बना रहा. उधर दिल्ली में एक दिन में कोरोना के रिकॉर्ड 1295 केस दर्ज किए गए, जिसके चलते थोड़ी सावधानी भी बरतने की जरूरत है. इसके अलावा जो एक और खबर है वो जर्मनी फ्रांस पीछे छूटे, भारत कोरोना के मामले में 7वें पायदान पर आया है. केसेस लगातार बढ़ते चले जा रहे हैं. इंडिया की रैंक अब 7th हो गई है कोरोना वायरस केसेस के चलते अगर कंपेयर करें बाकी देशों से. तो प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा इकोनॉमी खुल रही है, अब ज्यादा सतर्क रहने की जरूरत है. रिलैक्सेशंस के साथ रिस्पॉन्सिबल होना भी बहुत जरूरी है. अमेरिका के 30 शहरों में फैला गुस्सा. अश्वेत अमेरिकी जॉर्ज फ्लॉयड की पुलिस के हाथों मौत से गुस्साए लोगों का गुस्सा रविवार को भी फूटा और कई शहरों में वहां पर जो है प्रोटेस्ट दिन ब दिन बढ़ते ही नजर आ रहे हैं. और आखिरी खबर, नेपाल के नक्शे में भारत के 3 इलाके, संसद में बिल पेश. ये एक और बड़ी खबर है जो आज फ्रंट पेज पर है नवभारत टाइम्स पे. Moving on now to the Economic Times, the pink paper, to tell you everything about the world of business and economy. And the big story that the Economic Times this morning is leading with is SEBI mulls one-time listing window for unlisted NCDs. Debt mutual fund schemes held 41,500 crore of unlisted NCDs on 31st of March. And the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that SEBI, is considering an unprecedented one-time listing window for existing unrelisted non-convertible debentures to ease stress at various mutual funds. Then personal letters to Palonji Mistry give no legal right. This is what Tata has said. Now Tata Mistry tussle is in Supreme Court. Cyrus Mistry's move seeking proportionate representation on Tata Sons board based on these an afterthought. This is what a Tata confidant has told the Economic Times. Then states have issued various guidelines on opening up. Because centre has broadly given the guidelines that need to be followed, then states have the power to decide their own set of relaxations. That's another story on the front page of the Economic Times. Most directives in line with MHA norms. MHA has allowed relaxations in 3 phases. UP restricts entry for those from Delhi containment zones into Noida and Ghaziabad. Then there has been a 50% jump in COVID test requests. Spike in demand for tests following new MHA guidelines. Private diagnostic centers and hospital labs have seen a 50% jump in the number of requests for this test within a day of new guidelines for opening up lockdown. This is what Nidhi Sharma has reported. Then non-starters for restaurants, bar on pubs, dine-in timing curbs. And swoosh pipe ZL and W shape of our future. And why this is an interesting story, economists love graphs, and those graphs have never been so cool. As practitioners of the dismal science plot possible recovery paths of COVID-hit economies, they have added new shapes to plain vanilla V or U trajectories. That's a very interesting story on the front page only. Then BDR enters into a deal with Cipla to make remdesivir, the only vaccine, in fact, that is giving a lot of hope in the time of corona. Moving on now to the Delhi edition of the Times of India, and my colleague Sharon is joining us on the broadcast for the latest as far as the Delhi edition is concerned. Sharon, good morning. You know, the focus clearly is going to be the relaxations that are going to be there in this particular phase, and what is it that people of Delhi can really expect. And the tax mop-up has fallen 85%. Delhi is seeking 5,000 crore rupees from the centre. Big news that the Times of India Delhi edition has reported this morning.
Good morning, Hina. Yes, the relaxation officially the guideline has to come from the state government, from the Delhi government, which has not yet come. We are hoping that by evening is when the Delhi government will be announcing their SOPs and guidelines to follow in this unlock 1.0. Other than that, one of the things that is happening right now is that how the night curfew has, the timings have been reduced. Earlier it was from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now it is from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So more traffic is visible on the roads now, other than that, we know that it is from the June 8th how places of worship, malls and restaurants will be open. But of course, a standard operating protocol will be released by the Delhi government. Yes, there is like you asked, there is in fact a revenue drop that has been experienced by the Delhi government. This is something that has been mentioned by the Chief Minister time and again, and that is why he said that lockdown cannot be permanent, and it is very important for the economy to open up more places to give more relaxation. And also the Deputy Chief Minister, who is also the Finance Minister, Manish Sisodia, has in fact sought an aid of rupees 5,000 crore from the central government, saying that under the Disaster Management Act, the Delhi government has not got any amount. So hence there is a drop in the revenue, and in order to pay the employees of Delhi government, it is essential that they get this fund from the central government.
All right. Thank you very much, Sharon, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, the Delhi edition of the Times of India is also reporting, as you mentioned, notice to 4 hospitals for delay in reporting deaths, and relief in terms of weather is going to continue till 4th of June. Another important update there. We're now moving on to the Mumbai edition of the Times of India, and the big story on the front page is that 2,487 cases have been reported, 89 deaths in the state. City toll has now reached 1,279. This is for Mumbai. More cases in Dharavi than 13 of 24 wards combined. Arunil, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Arunil, the Times of India Mumbai edition page is also reporting the front page. Mission begin again. Chief Minister says dump lockdown in bin.
11 बजे से शाम 7 बजे तक 3 शिफ्ट में.
Last night also, CM Uddhav Thackeray mentioned about it, stressing on the fact that it is mission begin again for the state of Maharashtra. He said that what all things that we plan to open now, we want to do it in such a way that we don't have to shut it down, or we are forced to shut it down later on. Some kinds of relaxations have been given, like in the city of Mumbai, which has been heavily impacted by the coronavirus. Shops have been allowed to open on alternate days. So for one side of shops on one side of the road will be opened on one day, the other side of the road will be opened on the other day. Barring that, most of the other lockdown norms continue in the city of Mumbai and the other red zone areas of Maharashtra. Basically, movement of public from earlier it was from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now the time has been increased from 7 p.m. To 7 a.m. So that 12-hour period has they have basically made that available. And also we get to know that some kind of relaxations have been given for shooting of a web series, shooting of films as well. Certain guidelines have been given to television producers. They have to stick to these guidelines while shooting, while the government is trying to commence shooting in the state of Maharashtra. But with respect to other things, most of the lockdowns are still in place. The priority of the government remains adhering and basically overcoming the shortage of beds, shortage of ambulances, and the other apathy that has been there in the state of Maharashtra.
All right. Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Moving on now to the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India. 299 new cases have taken Karnataka's tally past 3,200. That's the big story here. Schools ask students to be in uniform for web classes. That's very interesting. They can't sit on their beds and attend these online classes. With classes going online in many schools in Bengaluru, the schools have started issuing rules and guidelines on etiquette, underlining that discipline, focus and good manners will remain important even in virtual classrooms. My colleague Imran is joining us on the broadcast. Imran, good morning. The Times of India is also reporting 7-day institutional quarantine is going to be only there for those returning from Maharashtra.
Good morning. Yes, since beginning, the Karnataka government has made sure that travelers coming from Maharashtra are restricted in, they also said that their air and travel through train also is restricted based on the quarantine period. As is, earlier, we've seen that the spike of number of cases in Karnataka is attributed to people coming from Maharashtra. Yesterday itself, we've seen highest number of cases in one day. More than 300 cases were reported, and 99% of those cases are coming from Maharashtra. The government has made it mandatory that people who are coming from Maharashtra and they do not have the negative certificate from any of the ICMR labs, then they'll have to undergo 7-day institutional quarantine and 7-day home quarantine. This is only for passengers coming from Maharashtra, whether it's from air train or from air traffic. Other than other states, there are earlier they had put a restriction for other 6 states like Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. That restrictions are gone. People coming from other states, they do not have to undergo 7-day institutional quarantine.
All right. Thank you very much, Imran, for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Moving on now to the Chennai edition of the Times of India, and here you can get all the details about the do's and don'ts in this particular phase. What's the new normal? Some do's, several don'ts. Salons, parlors can open, but city off limits for e-commerce firms. And here you have all the details mentioned. Then there is another very interesting story on the front page only. Stranded man steals a bike to get home and then he couriers it back to the owner. A 30-year-old man stranded due to lockdown and desperation stole a motorcycle to get home, but when Prasant reached his home, he was told that the bike's owner had sniffed him out. So to avoid any trouble, he sent the vehicle back via courier. Shabir, my colleague, is now joining us on the broadcast. Shabir, good morning. Lockdown 5.0 opens up Tamil Nadu. Buses can ply, firms to work with 100% strength despite the rising number of cases.
Well, that's right. Except containment zones, industries, IT offices can work with 100% workforce in various parts of Tamil Nadu. As far as Chennai is concerned, Chennai and 3 other districts, including Chengalpet, Kanjipuram, and Tiruvallur, the restrictions in the same. Local transport is not operational in these particular districts. So there are major restrictions, major relaxations that have been given to other areas, and how it is going to be implemented, that remains to be seen. But clearly, the Tamil Nadu government has opened up several institutions and several places in various other parts of the state, and special focus will be on Chennai and 4 other districts, just to ensure that the cases don't increase further.
All right, Shabir, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with all of those details. Moving on now to the Kolkata edition of the Times of India, and on the front page, the news report is at 371 cases, Bengal sees biggest yet one-day jump. And apart from this, private bus operators stare at loss not to start services. Now, just 35 people on set, a challenge to film shooting. The state government has permitted film shooting to begin from 1st of June, but the maximum number of people can be 35. Then Kolkata gets ready for COVID normal life. Newmarket gears up to resume business, but traders warned of penalty if rules are flouted, because they will be opening doors after 2 months, and to ensure that there's no sudden spike in cases, precautionary measures will have to be taken. Tamal Saha, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Tamal, so clearly there is a warning of penalty that has come along with relaxations in West Bengal.
Well, that's right. The state government has made it very clear that relaxations are important in order to revive the livelihood But at the same time, the state government is trying to ensure that people adhere to the law of social distancing. For example, wearing a mask is important. When you're stepping out, you're stepping outside, you have to wear a mask and you have to follow the protocol of social distancing. So if there is any violation of that, you would be penalized under the Disaster Act. That's one. And there could also be revocation of the relaxation which has been given. It's very important for people to understand these relaxation is not a guaranteed relaxation. It is just a relaxation which has been given for the time being. It is not an assurity against the present situation of COVID. The numbers are rising, in Bengal, and it is a matter of concern. The state government has tried ensuring that all the people who are coming outside, they are being given proper care, but they are also being allowed to go back to their respective districts and go back to their respective.
Thank you very much, Tamal, for the moment, for joining us with those details. News now from around the world. Global cases have surpassed 6 million. Latin America records 50,000 deaths. That's the big story. SpaceX capsule delivers NASA astronauts to ISS, and that's the picture that you can also see here on this page. My colleague Karishma is now joining us on the broadcast to get us the latest from the world of sports. Karishma, what's making headlines today?
Well, Hina, what we can tell you is that former Asian Games gold medalist boxer Dinko Singh, who was earlier flown to Delhi for cancer treatment, has now tested positive for COVID-19 in Manipur, and he is battling it out in a Manipur hospital. So that is what is the main news today, that former Asian Games gold medalist boxer from 1998, who was battling liver cancer, has now tested positive for COVID-19, and he is fighting his battle in a Manipur government hospital. His wife, we can tell you, has tested negative for COVID-19. He is, in a difficult condition at the moment, but everyone is praying for his recovery. He has battled cancer up until now, and everyone in the sporting fraternity is hoping that he is going to fight out COVID-19 also and recover very, very soon, Hina.
Right, thank you very much, Karishma, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We are now moving on. Let's get our viewers the latest from the world of entertainment. Imran Hashmi saying after the lockdown, we'll step out of our homes as different people. And here, all the Hollywood stars, the big names, are demanding justice for George Floyd, as there are so many protests that are taking place in the United States of America. From Rihanna to Jennifer Aniston to many others, they have asked for justice. And then, after work from home, India struggles to go back to work. Traffic woes have started, sleep cycle is going for a toss, and all these kind of issues that people are facing are all reported here. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.